now has 4 commits at receiver. And then, that's a lot. You want to carry 11 or 12 in a room. Tristan Keys is the number 1 receiver in the country. He's committed. 3, the other 2, Jabari Mack and Kenny Darby, are both from Louisiana. All 3 of those guys are ranked in the top 10 receivers nationally. Dawson Anderson, all 4 of them are in the on 300. So if you're a guy like Ja'Kai Anderson, and look, he may well sign with LSU, but you can follow me here of saying, well, if the rev share and all this setup has me at LSU as, valued as wide receiver this, a school like SMU may pitch me as your wide receiver 1. So you're going to be playing right away. You're getting a little bit bigger piece of whatever rev share, however they decide to break it up, NIL, whatever it is. But the playing time, and then you're in the ACC. I mean, it's not like SMU is still hanging around outside the Power 5 or the old Power 5. So I think he's a guy like that sees, hey, I can go to this school, be featured. They do have success. They are playing good teams. And in the NIL era, I think that this is how teams are going to have to start kind of managing things, because I think the inevitable here is there will be no more stacking of rosters, like the prime Bama Saban years. Like, you're not just going to have 5-stars sitting all over your bench. Now, LSU is built in with Louisiana, which I think makes the Ja'Kai Anderson thing a little unique. But all the same, I think this is something we're seeing at other schools. It's just the first time we've seen it at LSU.
It makes a lot of sense, Shay. Without knowing anything of the matter, that was kind of my guess as to what probably happened there. The number 1 player in the country for 2026, Jackson Cantwell, just announced his commitment, and he picked Miami over Georgia. Give me some context here. How big of a deal is that?
I think for LSU fans, and the perspective here is what is the domino effect? Because the top 2 players in America are both offensive tackles. I went and saw them both in person at a Super Bowl event over in New Orleans, and they repped back-to-back, and Jackson Cantwell being the number 1, who's now committed to Miami, and then Emmanuel Iheanacho on the East Coast. He's a guy who is ranked as the number 2 OT, but he's also the number 2 player in the country, and these guys are viewed in Will Campbell regard, right? Like very, very highly thought of, going to come in, give you multiple years of starting. Everyone kind of thought before the buzz came out, hey, look, he's settling into a decision, and it's Miami, that it was Georgia. And if it wasn't Georgia, Dan Lanning and Oregon were making this big push. Well, now that he goes to Miami, what does it mean for Iheanacho, who's being recruited by really the same schools, except LSU's the one who Steve Wiltfong reported earlier this week. He's hearing buzz that LSU's moved all the way up to maybe number 2 behind Oregon. So I think a lot of LSU fans were kind of hoping Oregon pulled Jackson Cantwell today, because then maybe that would mean that it opens the door a little more for Iheanacho. But look, they're not connected in any way. So we've seen LSU start 2 guys as true freshmen at right tackle and left tackle. So you can make that pitch if you're any of these schools. But I do think they would have hoped it was Oregon, but hey, it's not Georgia, which is the team that's in the SEC, obviously.
Sure. Shea Dixon's with us. So Cantwell to Miami. We'll wait and see on Iheanacho. Another interesting that I saw from some of your coworkers at On3 is that it looks like LSU might be trending for Darius Gray. Can you give us a little bit of the background on Darius Gray?
Yeah, he's a kid coming out of Virginia who has really, he blew up coming out of the East Coast probably about a year ago, started really stacking offers. And then after he finished his junior season, the rankings kind of fleshed out to a full, scope of here's the 300 best players, et cetera. He sat there as the number 1 interior offensive lineman for a while now. So he's a 5-star. And, Steve Wiltfong was the first to predict him to LSU. He had his pick on South Carolina, which they had a great season. They really tried to use that momentum to get in with a lot of their top guys for the next cycle. And it looked like it was an LSU, it is, I think, an LSU-South Carolina battle. But now Wiltfong thinks he's leaning a little more towards LSU. And look, LSU right now is out on the road recruiting, Matt. And your OC, Joe Sloan, and some of the coaching staffs out on the East Coast, and they went and saw Gray and Iheanacho on the same day. So if there's one thing, they've done a lot of things well, but certainly one of the things they've done well in the Kelly era is, and Brad Davis, is recruit O-linemen. And look, we'll see how it fares, but you're going into this year, your 2 starting tackles are going to be guys you recruited. They're not transfers. I mean, Tyree Adams was a top 100 player out of New Orleans who waited his turn. And then Weston Davis is a 5-star out of Beaumont who was committed to A&M that you flipped at the end. And none of those guys hit the portal. And now that Jones and Campbell are in the NFL, you went to the portal, but not for tackles. So I think that you land a guy like Gray. It's just going to continue to build that depth of Cohen Eccles type players who will stick around, develop for a year or two, and then you can plug them in.
Shay, I know you mentioned some of the guys out on the coaches are out on the road. Who else are they visiting right now that would be notable here since we last spoke?
I thought you were going to just forget what you were talking about, and I was going to encourage you to admit it. But you got it. You worked through it.
No, I know where I am.
Yeah, that's right.
And that's why I always have a sheet of paper and a pen when I do interviews, so I can I'm listening, so I can take notes and know what direction I want to go.
It's a blend. So a lot of kids, it's 2027, and right now we're in the 2026 class. The kids who are committed, they've been jockeying with Southern Cal for the number one class. They're 2 right now. They have 9 commits after Ja'Kai Anderson decommitted. Obviously, they're hitting all their top targets in 2026 here in Louisiana or elsewhere, but you're capped on the number of visits, so you're going to use your open dates to go see everybody. So handing out offers for next year, checking out on top targets for next year. But now that spring games are getting here, a number of teams this week have spring games, from Ruston to Destrehan, so you're kind of all over the state. They'll all be back for those Thursday, Friday, checking out guys who are committed, guys who are targets. So it's going to be an interesting stretch because I think that's usually when we see some new offers go out in Louisiana. We have not seen any new offers go out really in a couple of months now. So with this in-person evaluation period going on, it's kind of a notable time for, hey, who could land an offer before camp season?
Shay, I do have one more I wanted to ask about, and that's Boobie Feaster. We've talked about him a good bit here, but LSU is among the finalists. Can you kind of give us a little bit of context there for Feaster and where LSU sits?
Yeah, well, he's a Louisiana native who, folks moved to Texas, East Texas, so he's playing at DeSoto, which is a school that Jalen Mills at Ingram. I mean, LSU's recruited well over the years. It's not some pipeline to any certain Texas school, and they are a big school in Texas who send a lot of kids to a lot of places who end up being really good college players. So they definitely have been on Feaster. Gosh, I remember him coming to camp in 8th grade. Louisiana kid, most kids do, but he was starting at DeSoto in 9th grade, which doesn't happen often, top 10 receiver. They've got, I think A&M may lead, but that was also kind of the feel when LSU had 4 guys committed. Now they don't. So does that change things? He's on the short list of, I'd say, 4 to 5 receivers out there who have, if they called up and said, hey, I want in, that they're getting a serious conversation with the staff and getting on the phone with Brian Kelly. But I think you're also balancing that here. Whether it's Feaster or any of these guys, do you just try to hold on to your 3 and portal a guy, or do you try to get a 4th and then see where things take you? Because the reality is a lot of the guys in that room are getting a bit older, the Aaron Andersons and all them. So eligibility running out, does this become a little bit bigger of a class, or is it a kind of 3-man high school group and then portal some receivers? It'll be interesting to see. What's
your thought on what they do? I mean, are there any trends we've seen?
And, I think it's year by year. My guess would be that if they could take this is like the most obvious statement ever, it makes for bad radio. If they could get a 4th receiver that was good and it didn't make any of the other guys decommit, then they would do it, of course. So I think it's just that balance of, hey, who do we love? Who can we put together that will all stick? And then maybe we don't have to rely on the portal. But if there comes a point where it's like, hey, look, we think that our kind of NIL money, whatever, can be spent and resources spent elsewhere, and we're going to focus on holding on to the guys, and don't get another Barrion Brown or Nicky Anderson or Aaron Anderson, Xavier Thomas. All these kids are from the portal. So I think they're in a really good spot right now. It's not like they don't have any guys committed. This is a good spot to be in when you're 3 of your only receiver commits are 3 of the top 10 receivers in the rankings. So you kind of just sit and wait, recruit other guys, and see how the dominoes fall.
Shay Dixon on 3, the Bengal Tiger. Get him on Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it, at Shay Dixon. All right, man, we appreciate it. A great job with your focus today. On point.
I was going to make a joke about what did you say, but I'll just let it go. We'll save it. I'll do that in a couple of months, and the true listeners will get the joke.
Todd Peterson. Oh, got him.
That was quick.
Thank you, Shay. We'll see you next week. Take care.
Bye,
All right,
y'all.
that is Shay Dixon on 3, the Bengal Tiger. Tuesday show is powered by Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer in Louisiana. We'll go around the SEC next.
After further review.
Brought to you by Rouse's, the official supermarket of the New Orleans Saints. Rouses.com, Rouses.com, or download the Rouses app. Y'all, you can never go wrong there. Remember, on the Rouses app, you can always get curbside to go. So when you pull up into Rouses locations, you'll see they got the designated parking spot. So go to the app, you pick out your items, your personal shopper will go pick them out for you. You pay on the app and everything. And they just bring it out to your car. You don't have to get out of the car at all. It saves you time. Maybe if you need to pick up a few things on the way home from work, but you want to save time, use the app. Remember, you spend $35. There's no charge for that service. It's at Rouse's, the official supermarket of the New Orleans Saints. Rouses.com, 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 and download the Rouses app. Remember, they always got the Rouses hot bar every day. So if you're heading home from work and you want to pick up dinner for the whole family, today's featured items: sesame, orange chicken, honey chicken, egg rolls, fried rice, vegetable lo mein, and cobbler. Oh, my goodness. It's at the hot bar. One place only at Rouse's.
You work hard every day to pursue a life you love. You put in the time, and it shows. You're forging ahead, chasing a dream, creating something better for the ones you love. You're building your own life. So why not build your own tractor? With John Deere tractors and attachments for almost any need.
From desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast. From desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast office products.
The Windsor Senior Living Community in Mandeville, Louisiana is a beautiful, vibrant apartment community geared toward seniors. They are nestled right in the heart of Mandeville, where seniors live a more carefree lifestyle in spacious apartments with the peace of mind that comes from having a little extra help. Call the Windsor at 985-624-8040 to schedule a lunch and tour. Come see how the Windsor can be your passport to peace of mind.
Family owned and community driven.
Service Chevrolet Cadillac, a legacy you can trust since 1972. Service Chevrolet Cadillac, our family serving your family.
For over 50 years.
At Ochsner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Ochsner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Ochsner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
At Atmos Energy, our Smart Choice solutions help customers save energy and emissions with rebates up to $500 off high-efficiency natural gas appliances.
After further review, powered by Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer in Louisiana.
Just look at her face. She ain't a fooling me.
I think it's cool, and like I said, when Coach decided to go to South Carolina, if anybody's earned the right to do what they want to do and continue to coach, it's him. So it'd be good to see him, and just looking forward to the games.
Jay Johnson on facing off against Paul Mainieri. He said he thinks it's cool. Hey, how do you think Paul Mainieri feels about facing off against LSU this week when his team is 5-22 in the conference?
He probably doesn't think it's as cool.
I don't think that's the adjective he would use.
No.
Probably not cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't think so. Not great.
Not great, Bob.
Not great, Paul. Not great. I'll be very interested to see if he can turn it around, because there is, I know this isn't a South Carolina show, but they are an SEC school and LSU plays them this week. But one of the things when Paul Mainieri took that job that I mentioned that continues to remain true is this is the conundrum about South Carolina. They had a great baseball program for a while. They won back-to-back national championships in 2010 and 2011. The expectation in Columbia is that They expect to be in Omaha. The fans expect to be in Omaha and competing for championships. The problem is the financial investment, in particular in NIL, is not there. So you expect great results, but you do not spend equivalent with that expectation. It's a problem to a certain degree that Mississippi State has. They have made a massive investment in the most beautiful facility in college baseball. Like the new Dudy Noble Field it is the best, bless you. It is the best facility in college baseball. And they have grand expectations. They did win a national championship. You can win. Clearly, Chris Lamona showed you can. But the year-over-year financial investment in the roster does not match LSU and Tennessee and Texas A&M and some of the others. So it just makes it more difficult. Like, your margin for error is smaller. You can't miss on prospects. So that makes South Carolina and a place like Mississippi State tough jobs because the expectation is giant, but the investment doesn't match the expectation because the era has changed. And it's just not as easy anymore to win the way you won prior. LSU has dramatically ramped up its spending on the roster in college baseball out of necessity because it's a priority for LSU and their fans and boosters who have been willing to make that investment. It's not the case at South Carolina, which makes it really tough for Paul Mainieri. In any event, the biggest question this week is what do you do with Cade Anderson, who we know left Friday's start with that wrist injury, called it a cramp, all that stuff. On Sunday or Saturday when Jay Johnson was doing his in-game interview, said fine, did all his post day after workouts and everything like that. Here was the update on Tuesday.
Yeah, he threw his bullpen yesterday, and we're on track as normal and excited about that.
I don't love the idea. Of course, Jay's never going to be forthcoming about injuries. I don't love the idea of Cade Anderson pitching on short rest back-to-back weeks, especially with that injury. But one thing I know for certain is they're not going to do anything to jeopardize Cade Anderson. So if he's good to go, he'll pitch. If he's not good to go, he won't, and we'll all wait and see. All right, we're brought to you by Parish Restoration, parishrestoration.com, parishrestoration.com. Kill mold, remove odor, other harmful pathogens. We have had all this rain these past couple of days, weeks. If you had water in your car, your office, whatever, chances are if you've had that water intrusion in your attic, in your walls, any of that place, like chances are you have mold. That can be very harmful. You want to kill that mold, remove odor, other harmful pathogens. Parish Restoration can do so effectively, efficiently, and cost-effectively. It's more effective and it will cost less. And it's a patented non-toxic dry fog, so you're not cutting sheetrock, you're not pulling up carpet, any of that stuff. Let Parish come in, Parish Restoration, and help you out. Go to parishrestoration.com, parishrestoration.com. All right, quickly, let's go around the SEC.
Around the SEC, bringing you the biggest news from the nation's best conference, the Arkansas Razorbacks.
One of Arkansas's 2025 signees will not play for the Razorbacks after all. Wide receiver Jace Brown has been released from his letter of intent. 6'4", 200-pounder, was a 3-star, originally committed to UCLA. It's expected that he'll follow Madden Iamaleava, again, who was a quarterback in the class of 2025 and went to UCLA. It is likely expected that Jace Brown is also going to go to UCLA.
The Ole Miss Rebels.
In-state DB Trey Kerryon Collins has picked Ole Miss over Kentucky, Pittsburgh, Colorado State, and others. 6'2", 175. He'll play defensive back in Oxford. He's the second commit for the 2027 class.
The Tennessee Volunteers.
4-star wideout Tyreek King shut down his recruitment. He's committed to Tennessee. 4-star class of 2026 wide receiver. Says he won't take any more visits. He is sticking with the Vols. 5'10", 168-pounder. Committed to Tennessee back on Halloween, but he's shutting it down. He's one of 2 wide receivers currently committed to the Vols.
Texas A&M!
And the Aggies will play Notre Dame in prime time in 2025. Of course, that game was at Kyle Field this past year on the season opening weekend. The Aggies play the Irish in South Bend on September 13th. It'll be the 3rd game of the season this year for Texas A&M when they go up to South Bend. The matchup will be on NBC in prime time. Aggies opened last season losing 23-13 at home to Kyle Field. Notre Dame 4-2 all time against Texas A&M. There you have it. That is Around the SEC. Our Tuesday shows are powered by Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer in Louisiana. By the way, as a random aside, as I thought of that, When I was the year I spent in South Bend in the 2000 football season, Texas A&M played at Notre Dame that year. So I got to go watch. I guess that's the last time A&M played at Notre Dame, right? It would have to be.
Was that one of the 4 wins? Do you remember?
For Notre Dame?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Well, no, A&M lost.
Yeah,
that
so
game.
yeah.
Yeah, Notre Dame won
so
that.
A&M, yeah. Got it.
Notre Dame had a good year that year. They went 9-2. They lost to number 1 Nebraska in overtime, which was a fantastic game. I was Eric Crouch.
Heisman winner.
It was not his Heisman year.
But
it was the year before. It was the 2000 season. Nebraska beat them in overtime, and then they lost a game at Michigan State, a game they had no business losing. Just a lazy Saturday morning, and they just got beat. Went 9-2, went to the Fiesta Bowl, and they got absolutely annihilated by Oregon State. Chad Johnson, TJ Hushmadilla, Ken Simons, and that whole team. Jonathan Smith, was
the former coach,
the head coach who then went to Michigan State. Incidentally, was the quarterback of that team. I went out to the desert for that one with my dad and my brother. What a trip! We actually went to the wrong airport for our flight. Yeah.
Okay.
So it was the day of the Snow Bowl. Mississippi State, Texas A&M, and the Independence Bowl.
Yeah.
It was that day. I think we drove to New Orleans only to get there and realize we were flying out of Baton Rouge.
Oh, that's rough.
Yeah,
man.
yeah. So we go back home, watched the Snow Bowl, got another flight, and flew out the next day and went and watched Fiesta Bowl and all that stuff. And then we drove to Vegas. We had an extra day, so we drove to Vegas. It's about 4 hours. Stayed in Vegas for a night and then drove back. Grand Canyon, all that stuff.
Vegas, baby, Vegas!
Only now you know the rest of the story. Okay, let's wrap up hour number 1. Pelicans. Punch me in the nose. Kick me in the stomach. It's AFR.
AFR.
We're brought to you by Action Industries. They're a proud partner of LSU Athletics. Action Industries. And of course, I love telling you about the Advanced Turnaround Group, which is subsidiary of Action Industries. Of course, you get 24/7 emergency service. They also do custom welding. They do so much amazing specialty welding jobs that you may need as well over at the Advanced Turnaround Group. When it comes time to bid your turnaround, you trust a local company, local contractor that's been around for more than 40 years. And I always praise Action Industries for this because they know who they are. There are these mega contractors that can do $200 million jobs. That's not Action Industries. But if you've ever hired those contractors and felt like, man, I don't feel like I'm getting their best, then you need Action Industries. That 100-person job, that is their sweet spot, and they will nail it, give you all their best people. It's Action Industries. Action, INDINC.com, proud partner of LSU Athletics.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
ED, low T, or simply seeking to optimize your health and performance? Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness offers a range of discreet services to address your specific needs. We empower men to reclaim their health and confidence. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
Baton Rouge's home for real rock. It's Eagle 98.1. Foo Fighters. Led Zeppelin. AC/DC. Pearl Jam. And the flagship home for LSU sports. Take us anywhere with the Eagle 98.1 app. Eagle 98.1 is the rock station.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
At Luba Workers' Comp, our journey began over 30 years ago with a simple belief: our clients come first.
At Luba, our business has always been focused on people, not policies.
Through every success and challenge, we've continued to grow because we've stayed true to our values, committed to providing you with genuine dependability.
Because your well-being is more than a priority. It's our purpose.
When you can't rely on technology, you can rely on Mountain Cold Refreshment. Dave's back on. Coors Light. Choose chill.
After further review, powered by Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer in Louisiana.
Hey, Muse.
What up, Scone?
What do I often say about the great thing about the internet era?
Oh, it's forever. Everything's recorded. You can't do. I mean, it's
can't run from it.
Yeah,
can't hide it. It's all there. Like all you idiots who were crushing me 2 years ago for my Derek Carr take, like Ron Bisbing. Yeah, Ron, I'm staring straight into your face, Ron Bisbing. Dude, the receivers don't matter if the quarterback isn't made for that system. Derek Carr is not the quarterback for Josh McDaniel's system, period. It definitely showed. That's how I think Ron talks. I don't know if our system is, but I believe it's much better fit for Carr. I do think he can get us to and win a Super Bowl. Now, do I agree with $37 million a year? No. I think it should have been somewhere between $25 million and $28 million. Oh, and I still want to draft a quarterback.
Wait a minute.
Wait. Richardson?
Oh, no.
Levis?
Oh, no.
Or Hooker?
Oh, Ron.
Ron Bisbing?
Idiot.
So good.
Not Anthony Richardson.
I got 700 comments, Muse. This is the original YouTube video of my reaction on this show when the Saints signed Derek Carr 2 years ago. I got 700 comments here to go through. It's so good. How about Mr. Boyset? If Carr balls out and winds up winning a Super Bowl, keep that same energy.
An idiot sandwich.
Wait, play it again.
What are you? An idiot sandwich.
Oh, man. How about Turbo Duran 2531? I watched this video, and he was being negative about Derek. He needs to realize Derek went to the Saints for reasons. Less competition quarterbacks on the NFC side has a better chance of reaching the Super Bowl and winning it. So the Saints have a shot this year. Look at Drew Brees. He won a Super Bowl. Anything can happen. That's simple.
What are you, a moron?
Turbo Duran. And they're all like high-fiving each other in the comments. Like, yeah, you tell him. Thank you. That's right.
Got him.
Look, there goes. After he said, the guy, Turbo Duran, he said, Base Sweat says, thank you. He says, sure, no problem. I'm just speaking facts. Exactly my thinking, bro. But the best, honestly, Muse, the best of all these are the fans of other teams that jump in that all can see it, right? Like, third-party affirmation, validation is always the most powerful. Like, you can't see the forest through the trees when it's your team. When you got someone standing on the sideline watching the car wreck, they're like, oh, this is going to be bad. Car wreck.
Car wreck? Is that a Rolls Royce?
Might have been. This guy goes, trust me, We'll be keeping that same energy come January when the Aints are 7-10, 8-9, $140 million goes down the drain for an already poverty franchise. Give my guy a ding there.
Yep.
That's Nick Rodriguez, 74-25.
Do we know who his team is?
I think he might be a Bucks guy, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, all right.
I'm trying to find the one that was like, what a joke. Yeah, you're sitting here saying you'd rather Baker Mayfield and Jameis Winston over Derek Carr. Oh, you mean the guy that's won this division back-to-back years now in Tampa? That guy?
Yeah.
Or the one that everybody right now is clamoring for to come back that they left for Derek Carr? That guy?
That guy.
Who I said at the time, bring Jameis back in 23 and then draft a quarterback in 24 when you had 6 quarterbacks going in round 1, right?
That's
By the way, if you don't believe me that I said it, it's all here. It's a beautiful thing about the internet era. It's all here. You know what I was going to do?
What was that? What were you going to do?
I was going to sit here and we'll talk about the Pels. But then this happened, and I'm like, I just started reading these. I'm like, yeah, man, it's so good. How about Jake Rich, 99-66? Carr is a good QB. Great deep ball. People saying he couldn't do it last year with Adams. But I don't think it was that. I think the coaching is what held him back. And now he'll have a solid O-line. Ah!
How are you not yet extinct?
He'll have a solid O-line, man. I love the internet.
AFR.
Brought to you by Relief Windows and ReliefWindows.com. Windows door siding. Oh, yeah, they do shutters as well. Relief Windows and ReliefWindows.com. Energy-efficient replacement windows. Beautiful entry doors. Hardy plank vinyl siding. They do it all. They do it better than anyone. Y'all, I know right now, couple things. Tax season's behind us. Maybe a lot of people, you've gotten your tax refund check. Hey, use that as an investment into your greatest asset, your home. Remember, when you install these custom energy-efficient replacement windows, lifetime transferable warranty, it will increase your home's resale value. Like, you will get credit whenever you go to have your home appraised. You will get credit for having these windows. After I had them installed in my house, we had our home appraised. We got credit for those windows on the appraisal. It will increase your home's resale value, lower your energy bills, beautify the exterior. Relief Windows. Check them out today at reliefwindows.com. Online, reliefwindows.com.
There it is, the extra mile. On the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further. Like vans customized for work or play. With safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
It's not just a game, it's a religion. You've got your team color, team swag, and now your very own website. LouisianaSports.net. Everything LSU, Saints, and Pelicans. Sports on demand. In-depth coverage by sports writing pros with continuously updated news. And with the LouisianaSports.net newsletter, you get pinged directly with top trending stories. Best of all, now and always. No paywall. It's free. LouisianaSports.net. Powered by 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge. Your home for Louisiana sports.
ED, low T, or simply seeking to optimize your health and performance? Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness offers a range of discreet services to address your specific needs. We empower men to reclaim their health and confidence. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar, but instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.
At Sunshine, we know what you see when you look at your land. Where others may see dirt, you see the foundation you've built your life on. It's hallowed ground. It's past, present, and future. We're proud to provide quality John Deere equipment to help you maintain the land you love. Check out our current promotions and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
Family owned and community driven.
Service Chevrolet Cadillac, a legacy you can trust since 1972. Service Chevrolet Cadillac, our family serving your family.
For over 50 years.
This is SportsCenter.
I'm Christine Lisi. Breaking news. Celtic star Jason Tatum today underwent surgery to repair a ruptured right Achilles tendon suffered in last night's loss to the Knicks in the NBA East semifinals. He's expected to make a full recovery. Boston down 3-1, hosts Game 5 tomorrow, 6:30 Eastern, ESPN Radio. ESPN's Tim McMahon reports the Mavericks plan to draft Duke's Cooper Flagg first overall in next month's NBA draft and won't trade the pick for a proven superstar. Flagg will fit in perfectly with Dallas, with Kyrie Irving, Klay Thompson, and Anthony Davis, believes ESPN college hoops analyst Seth Greenberg.
What does he need to do? He needs to be Cooper Flagg. He's a facilitator. He's a playmaker. He's a shot maker. He has defensive range. He can rebound his position. He can be a secondary ball handler and play off of those all-stars. So, to me, he impacts the game every single time down the floor.
Seth Greenberg on NBA Today. Pete Rose, Shoeless Joe Jackson among players reinstated by Major League Baseball, making them eligible for baseball's Hall of Fame. Rose's and Jackson's careers were tarnished by sports gambling scandals.
Hey, it's your resident Super Bowl champ, Chris Candy. Coming up Wednesday, the Wolves are on the verge of getting to the conference finals, but would beating the Warriors without Steph Curry on the court actually be a good thing for Anthony Edwards? It's Unsportsmanlike, 6 a.m. Eastern on ESPN Radio, ESPN2, and ESPNU.
Matt Moscona.
I'm very important.
After further review.
Say it one more time.
After further review with Matt Moscona.
And here we go.
Live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studio.
Let's ride! Go!
Hour 2, off we go. Welcome aboard. Glad you're with us. It's AFR, powered by Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer in Louisiana. I'm Matt.
Love you, Matt.
Cassie Spazzali.
I'm walking here.
Muso. And Mr. Toby Template. All right, we're here. Glad you are as well. Get out there and make it a good one. LSU inked the #1 transfer portal class in America. They were already there coming out of the December portal window, and Brian Kelly was pretty forthcoming. So they would only really look to add anybody else in the spring portal window if it was, as he put it, an incredible opportunity. Apparently, adding AJ Haulcy was an incredible opportunity. Guy's a 3-year starter, a season at New Mexico, 2 seasons at the University of Houston. Now will play his final season of college football at LSU for the Tigers, and AJ Haulcy joins us on the show. AJ, it's a pleasure, man. How are you?
Man, I'm great. How about yourself?
I'm doing awesome. So Baton Rouge and Tiger Stadium, that ain't new to you, man. You were here in 2022 with New Mexico. 10 tackles on the day as a true freshman. Tell me what it was like as a visitor in Tiger Stadium that day.
It was amazing. You know, that was a closer game to home, so all my family and friends got to come out and watch the game. You know, it was pretty hot, but that's what I'm used to, coming from Houston and right there at LSU, so I'm ready for it.
Hey, man, go back. You said coming out of high school, you know, you were in the Houston area there, Missouri City. By the way, Who is a better player at Thurgood Marshall, you or Devon Achane?
That's a great question. He'll say it's him, but I know it's me. It's the only time I tell. He great. That's a man. That's an amazing person, a role model of mine. So, yeah, that's a great player.
Y'all played together for 2 years in high school, right? Did y'all just wreck people?
Oh yes, sir. We made it to state. They made it to state twice. I made it once. The first time they made it, I was a freshman. And the second time we made it, we fell short by 3 points. I was a sophomore. And he was a junior.
So tell me a little bit about your high school recruitment. Coming out, obviously, you're a great player. I mean, you stepped right into the college level, and boom, you blow up. But you came out as a 3-star. What was that recruitment like that landed you at New Mexico?
I felt like I was under recruited. You know, I don't know what it was. I was always thinking that I was going to get more offers and more schools and more interest was going to come my way, but it just never fell. It just never just went that way. You know, every day I was waking up after every game, I was looking, checking my phone, just thinking like more opportunities was going to come, but it just never happened that way. Out of high school, I had 7 offers. I think my biggest offer was Kansas, but they had a coaching change. So Coach Redford ended up calling my phone, you know, talking to me every day. So I ended up going to New Mexico.
AJ Haulcy's our guest. So, by the way, clearly you were under-recruited. You've been a 3-year starter in college football, and you've been all-conference everywhere you've been. Man, I was looking up your bio, man, and I went back and looked at that season at Fresno, the season when you played in Baton Rouge. I'm sorry, at New Mexico. You played a game against Fresno. We had 24 tackles in one game. Like, you're laughing. What happens in a game, AJ, where you make 24 tackles?
I had 24 tackles in the interception.
I'm sorry. I don't want to short in the pick.
Yeah, I just say I was flying around that day. You know, I was just giving it all I got, you know, and the tackles just coming to me. Really, I know after the first quarter, I was like, man, I just got to pick it up because I feel like I wasn't giving it my all. So after that first quarter, when I said I got to pick it up, I just came out there, running to the ball every single play. It was no play that I took off that I did not run to the ball. So I just felt like me running to the ball and just giving all I got, that's what I ended up with.
AJ, is there a point in a game like that, though? I mean, that's got to be the most tackles you've ever had in a game, right? Like biddy ball, high school, whatever. 24 is ridiculous. That's got to be the most, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So is there a point in the game where, like, you go to the huddle and you're like, hey, fellas, a little help? Like, I'm making literally all of the tackles here. I mean, is there a point where you just know, like, you're coming in there going, I'm making every play?
No, that wasn't the mindset because during the game, I really didn't know that I had 24 tackles. You know, my mindset was just like, shoot, God gave me this opportunity. I'm a freshman. Shoot, just give me more tackles, really. So, shoot, that wasn't really the mindset. I was just like, I'm ready to attack anything that comes in front of me. So,
AJ Haulcy's our guest. You'll get him on Twitter X. He's at _. Get him on Instagram as well. By the way, your nickname is Mr. Gimme That. How did you get that nickname?
I got it out of high school. My cousin, really my cousin, the one that gave it to me. I had 7 interceptions in one season in high school. So after the last game, he just kept on texting me, Mr. Gimme That, because I had an interception in the last game that we played. So he just kept on texting me, Mr. Gimme That, so I just ran with it.
I love it, man. Print the shirts. Mr. Gimme That. AJ Haulcy's coming to Baton Rouge. Hey, let's talk a little bit about your recruitment. So you went back home to the University of Houston where you spent the last 2 years, and obviously, I mean, a standout 2-year starter there, all conference there in the Big 12 this past season. Led the nation in interceptions this past year. AJ, walk me through, if you would, your recruitment in the portal. When did LSU get involved?
In this portal?
Yes, sir.
LSU was the first school that my agency told me that hit them up. It was just like on a low-key level where, like, it wasn't really a lot of pressure behind them, but they was one of the first schools that hit up my agency about me And then that's when I had another school. It was out of those two schools, so I was really thinking like LSU the whole way, for real. But, you know, it was some moves that had to be made, but I was really thinking LSU the whole way, so LSU really been there from the jump.
I know you visited Ole Miss and Miami, and along the way, a lot of people were thinking you might end up there. Tell me something that you liked about Ole Miss.
I didn't visit Ole Miss. Ole Miss came out to visit me.
Okay, they
in
visited
Houston.
you. Okay.
Yeah, they came out to visit me in Houston. And me and the coach, we had a conversation. It was more like of a football conversation because I had an understanding that I was really wanting to only take one visit. So the schools was coming out to talk to me. But something that I liked about the coach at Ole Miss, you know, he coached one of the former players that was at Houston, Isaiah Hamilton, and just the relationship he had with Isaiah, that just told me everything that I need to know. I feel like he was a good guy, so that was the best thing about that.
And tell me if I'm right on this, but it was, if I have this correctly, Zach Etheridge, who was one of your coaches at Houston, was on staff at Miami, so that was kind of a plug there. How much of a pull was it being recruited to the U?
Oh man, it was amazing. You know, Coach E, who is Coach Etheridge, you are correct. He did coach at Houston. He was trying to get me down there in Miami. You know, like I said, I was supposed to only go on one visit, but just the relationship me and him had, that made me take the second visit. So that's really why I went on two visits instead of one.
Got it.
Because of me and the relationship me and Coach E had.
So your visit was going to be LSU, but then you took the Miami visit because of that relationship and then visited LSU. Do I have that right?
Yes, sir.
Cool. So then what was it when you ultimately did pick LSU? What was it about LSU that was the deciding factor for you?
I mean, it's LSU, man. It's not going to get no better than this right here. If this what you want and this what you ready to sign and this what you ready to do, and if you love the game of football, you know, it brings all that. You got the alumni, you got just the whole city of Baton Rouge just gonna be out there just rooting for you. You got how many the stadium hold 102 people. I'm just ready to show the world what I got.
You're going to get a big opportunity. A couple more minutes here with AJ Haulcy, LSU transfer safety. Hey, do you like playing free or strong better?
I like playing both, really. I like playing both, but to answer your question, I like to play strong safety more, just because I feel like it's more action. You know, you can roll down, you can go back, you can drop to the hook. You know, it's different variety of things that you can do, and that you can impact the game in as strong safety. That's how I feel. So I feel like I like to play strong safety more.
AJ, have the LSU coaches told you where they prefer you, free, strong, either?
They told me that we'll be working both. So, really towards the strong safety side, but we'll be working both. So,
okay.
Game time, y'all will see.
Yeah, I believe you, man. Mr. Give me that. So, hey, where are you now physically? Like, weight? Have they told you what they want you to play at? Are you good weight? Where are you now?
I'm 6 foot 219. I feel like I get down to about 215, 217. Well, really, I'm good at this size, but for me personally, I want to play around somewhere like that. So I'm really good to go right now. If it was a game today, I'll be ready.
Man, I love it too. Your family's close by. They'll get to see you play every game in Tiger Stadium. That'll be awesome. Hey, one more thing for you, if could. I would assume you got recruited by Jake Olson, who's the safeties coach. What's been your opinion of Coach Olson or whoever else on the staff that you dealt with?
I feel like it's Coach Olson, Coach Baker, and Coach Joseph really just been in my corner, you know, just guiding me through this process, you know, checking on me and my family each and every day. I feel like those are some great guys, some great mentors, some great coaches just to be around and learn the game and learn how to become a man, you know. So I feel like they'll be teaching me that already, and I haven't even got there. So I can only imagine when I get there how much more I'm be able to learn and that's what I was looking for when I hopped in the portal. So I feel like that was a great group of guys.
AJ Haulcy, LSU transfer safety. Appreciate so much a couple of minutes. Hey, man, I know I was talking to Francesco over at your agency, AP Sports Agency. I told him, like, if you had any brand deals or anything you want to plug, you can right now if you have anything yet, or we could do it another time.
I don't have no brand deals right now.
Cool. Let's get this guy. Let's get this guy some NIL deals in Baton Rouge in, man. How about that? AJ Haulcy. Hey, it's a pleasure, man. Good luck in Baton Rouge. Good health and all that stuff. I appreciate a couple minutes today. Okay.
Thank you.
All right, man. Be well. That is AJ Haulcy. Good stuff, man. You gotta be excited about that dude. It is interesting. Let me follow up. Let me break and we'll follow up. But I want to talk a little bit about, kind of react a little bit to what he had to say there, including his process, where he said it was always just going to be LSU. He took the Miami visit kind of out of respect for Coach, as he called him, Coach E, who was his position coach at Houston, who went down to Miami. Hey, we're brought to you by Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry, lmfj.com, lmfj.com for Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry. Mother's Day's passed, graduation coming up, Father's Day about a month away. Gents, maybe drop a few hints for the lady in your life on Father's Day, what you want, and get to Lee Michaels. Beautiful watches, collection of Rolexes, other great Father's Day gifts. If you want to go to the website, lmfj.com, Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry, lmfj.com. There's Father's Day gifts. You can click that tab right there. It'll pull up all the Father's Day gifts that they have in a variety of different price ranges. I tell you all the time, no matter your budget, when you walk in, you're always going to get the Lee Michaels experience. So I often say thrill her with a gift in the red box. But ladies, this Father's Day, thrill him with a gift in the red box from Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry, lmfj.com. Okay, y'all, it's After Further Review. Tuesday shows are powered by Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer in Louisiana. We mentioned in hour number 1 how the Saints welcomed Asante Samuel Jr. on a visit Monday. They did also add a couple of more free agent signings that I want to talk about. We'll do that next on AFR.
AFR.
85 degrees. It's almost time, y'all. Pool season is here. You can be sitting outside when it's 100 degrees, not in a pool. Duplessis Builders can fix that, man. If you've dreamed of having a pool in your backyard, or maybe you have a pool that's dated and needs some TLC, some upgrades, some refurbishing, some renovating, Duplessis Builders can help you there as well. Listen, I love telling you about Duplessis for a couple of primary reasons. Yes, they do beautiful work. I mean, go to their Instagram. Go to any pool builder's Instagram. You're going to see beautiful pictures of pools, okay? Like, everybody can do beautiful work, but it's more the quality. It's the bones. Derek is an engineer by trade. He uses that engineering background to build you something that will last. It's quality. But also, you meet Derek Duplessis, you'll understand. Great dude, local, tons of integrity, someone you can trust. DuplessisBuilders.net.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.
Man, age is just a number. Don't let it dictate how you feel. Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness has anti-aging services that can help you look and feel your best. Visit yourgoodwood.com and discover a renewed sense of vitality.
At Ochsner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Ochsner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Ochsner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
At Luba Workers' Comp, our journey began over 30 years ago with a simple belief: our clients come first.
At Luba, our business has always been focused on people, not policies.
Through every success and challenge, we've continued to grow because we've stayed true to our values, committed to providing you with genuine dependability.
Because your well-being is more than a priority. It's our purpose.
After further review, powered by Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer in Louisiana.
Climb up in the loft, sit and talk with the radio.
Oh, wow. Never heard that song before. I just guessed that was the words.
It's a good one. You're going to like it.
I just guessed that was the words. Shout out Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer in Louisiana. Oh, yeah, they got big old farm equipment. They also got your zero-turn mowers, gators. Go check them out. Newest location coming in Baton Rouge on Pico. They just broke ground last week. Congrats to our friends over at Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer in Louisiana. New Orleans Saints held a rookie minicamp this past weekend. But as is often the case during rookie minicamp, teams will bring in veterans. They're allowed to bring in veterans on a tryout basis, just so you can have – it helps to have more bodies out there for practice, but it also gives you an opportunity to take a look at some veteran players that are free agents, maybe trying to earn a roster spot. And that was the case for several players who were trying out with the New Orleans Saints, several veterans, I should say, with NFL experience who were trying out for the New Orleans Saints. Chief among them was Donovan Peoples-Jones. And if I were to say, coming out of the draft, the biggest question, problem, issue, concern, reaction, however you want to say it, was the New Orleans Saints came out of the draft not selecting a wide receiver. And it was something we talked about a lot going into the draft. Remember, you had Chris Olave, 6 foot 187. Rashid Shaheed, 6 foot 180. You go sign Brandon Cooks, 5'10", 189. Like, you've got three dudes that are all the same. You needed a big-bodied receiver. If for nothing else, just to give a defense something different to look at to create a mismatch. I mean, you've got Bub Means, who's 6'2", and Cedric Wilson, who's 6'2", and Kevin Austin, who's 6'2", in respect to those guys. But I don't think any of us are expecting those guys to be impact players on your offense, which is something I and many of us all assumed for a team that was just aching for offensive skill, talent that they were going to do in the draft. They didn't. Here was Mickey Loomis after the draft, by the way, on not selecting a wide receiver.
Going into the draft, we probably would. There were some receivers that we really liked and we'd hoped that we'd have the opportunity to get, and it just didn't work out. So I think that's probably the one position that going into the draft you'd like to have. But when you follow your board and you take the value presented to you, and I think there was a couple times when we thought we were going to get a receiver at a particular slot, and that guy got taken a few picks in front of us, so it just didn't work out.
So it didn't work out, and it left the Saints still needing a receiver, and so they invited Donovan Peoples-Jones to work out at Saints rookie minicamp, and apparently it went well. 6'2", 204, so this is a bigger receiver than the guys you got, and he's been in the NFL for a handful of years. He was drafted in 2020 as a 6th rounder out of Michigan and played for the Cleveland Browns, and then was traded in 2023 from Cleveland to Detroit. And then this past year in Detroit in 2024, didn't play a game, spent the season on Detroit's practice squad, was let go, and now he's signed here in New Orleans. And I will say, it's tough to break through in Detroit. Like, you want to talk about having legit receiving threats. Remember, Detroit's got Amon-Ra St. Brown and Jamison Williams. So they got 2,000-yard receivers on that team, plus Jahmyr Gibbs, who's a great receiving threat out of the backfield, Sam Laporta at tight end. I could understand why someone may struggle to break through and get targets on that team. But remember, it was Cleveland back in 2020 that drafted Donovan Peoples-Jones. Their coach, Kevin Stefanski, a couple of years after that, when Peoples-Jones was entering his third season in the NFL. This is what Stefanski said back then.
Really, since the day we got him, as you guys know, we've talked about how dependable he is and he does what he's supposed to do and he's where he's supposed to be. But I do see his game growing. I think his body control, catching the ball and contested catches has never been tough for him. That's just one of the traits that he has. But in and out of breaks, some of the things we're asking him to do are maybe a little bit different than he's done in the past, and he's done a great job. And I think the quarterbacks like throwing to him. I think that's important as well.
I think it's important to note it's a sixth rounder that made the team as a rookie in 20 in the COVID year, made it again in 21, made it again in 22, made it again in 23, and then was traded to Detroit, and then just saw his opportunity drop there in Detroit. This was Dan Campbell, by the way, before 2024 in Detroit on the expectation for Peoples.
It was to come in here and compete for that third, fourth receiver. So that's kind of what we were looking for. And he's a guy I expect more out of too, and he knows that. Now he's working. He works at it, man. He wants it. But we just need him to take another step here.
And apparently that didn't happen. Spent the 2024 season on the practice squad, ultimately was let go, and now he's in New Orleans with an opportunity to make a team that isn't very deep at receiver. So I'll continue to say, why not re-sign Marquez Valdes-Scantling? That's a guy who played 8 games for you a year ago after you had the injuries. In those 8 games, 35 catches, 385 yards, 4 touchdowns. He was your home run threat, and he was a bigger-bodied receiver. He ended up signing with Seattle on a 1-year deal. You end up instead signing Brandon Cooks, an aging, declining player in a multi-year deal when you had Marquez Valdes-Scantling in your building. Doesn't make a lot of sense, but here's a do-over with Donovan Peoples-Jones. We'll see if he can make it. So the Saints had a receiver, but they also had a safety in veteran Terrell Burgess. Burgess is an interesting story as well because this is another young veteran who is 26 years old. He was a third-round pick of the Rams back in the COVID year in 2020 and ended up playing 30 games before he moved on to the Giants in 2022 and then Washington in 2023. So a guy that's been around the league. But listen, the Saints a year ago were bad at one safety spot. Tyron was very good. Led your team in tackles, or it was second behind DeMario Davis in tackles, and then Tyron's PFF grade was 81.3. Tyron still had a very good productive year. The spot opposite him was really a challenge. And Jordan Howden just hasn't really emerged as you hoped he might as a former 5th-round pick out of Minnesota. So you sign Justin Reed to a 3-year, $31 million deal. You draft Jonas Sanker out of the University of Virginia in round 4, which they seem to think is great value there. But they still felt like they had to go add more. And so now you brought in Terrell Burgess. Again, he was on a tryout basis, and you signed him. And if nothing else, this is going to add competition. Look, Burgess is a guy that's 26 years old. He's a former 3rd-round pick. He's a young veteran. He knows success. He was on the Super Bowl team with the Rams in 2021. So he's been to and won a Super Bowl. And he's also seen the other side of it, being on a pretty bad Giants team. So I look at it as young veteran depth to piece that room together, where you got a veteran in Tyrann Mathieu, you've got your free agent acquisition in Justin Reed, you drafted Jonas Sanker, and now you have a young veteran as well, sort of to complement Jordan Howden. It's probably a situation where those 3 guys are going to be competing for maybe that last roster spot at safety. So we'll see how it goes. For whatever it's worth, Sean McVay, who, of course, was head coach of Rams, who drafted Terrell Burgess, talked about him for training camp a couple years ago.
He's got a versatile skill set. He's a guy that has the ability to play, that star, that nickel position. He can play safety. He's a guy that he's even bumped outside in, some situations at Utah. We played corner, but it's been great seeing him healthy. He's just got such a great demeanor, great energy. He's one of those guys that always has a smile on his face, but he's tough. We're expecting good things from Terrell this year.
That versatility may be what can win you a job. If you can play nickel, star, safety, even outside corner where he played in college, that versatility and special teams, of course, is how you win a roster spot. Maybe that'll be Terrell Burgess's path to the field. So, for what it's, by the way, the corresponding moves, the Saints waived safety Millard Bradford and running back Jordan Mims. So those are the corresponding moves for adding Donovan Peoples-Jones and Terrell Burgess. All right, it is After Further Review. We're glad you're with us here. We're brought to you by First South Farm Credit. Thinking of buying land? Your first call should be to First South Farm Credit. Go to firstsouthland.com. That's firstsouthland.com. First South Farm Credit, tell you all the time, doesn't matter if you're trying to buy 20 acres to build your family's dream home. You see this so much with folks in New Orleans in particular, where you're from New Orleans, you love the city, you work in the city, but you want a little more of a rural lifestyle. So people maybe move to the North Shore, they buy that land, they've got a location there in Tangipahoa Parish. So, you could, I believe it's in a meet, so you could buy your land on the North Shore, build your family's dream home, and commute into the city to work every day. So you get the best of both worlds. First South Farm Credit can make that happen. firstsouthland.com. firstsouthland.com. Your first call should be to First South Farm Credit. Go to firstsouthland.com. All right, y'all, it is After Further Review. Glad you're hanging out with us here. Remember, you can email us, tweet us, text us in the 225-396-4400, 396-4400. We are going through our car receipts throughout the show today, pointing out many of you idiots who were critical of me 2 years ago for my Derek Carr take. Well, I brought the receipts today. Idiots.
Idiot.
We'll get to some more of those as we continue. It's AFR.
AFR.
I love telling you about how Glow Resources has grown because I love great success stories, especially Louisiana businesses. And Glow Resources and what Jareth Knockan and his team have built is that. I mean, Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Miami, Orlando, Houston, the Golden Triangle. I mean, they're all over the place. They serve businesses all over the country and all over the world. It's incredible. But home base is still right here. Glow, their corporate headquarters, right there on Perkins Road near Pennington. It's at Perkins and Quail Oak. Driving down, you can't miss it. I mean, they've actually redefined the look of Perkins Road right there. If you check it out, it's gorgeous what they did with the gut renovation of that building. But most importantly, their touch point is here. If you're a business in Baton Rouge, in New Orleans, and you're struggling to find the right people to make your business the most efficient it can be, it doesn't matter what business or what position, Glow Resources can help. GLO. Check them out at glowresources.com.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. Breck, your #1 park system in the nation.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
When it comes to choosing energy for your family and your home, make the smart choice with natural gas. You can count on efficient and affordable natural gas to keep you comfortable and reduce your environmental impact to help protect our planet. Together, we're fueling our energy future. Atmos Energy.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
ED, low T, or simply seeking to optimize your health and performance? Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness offers a range of discreet services to address your specific needs. We empower men to reclaim their health and confidence. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Huh. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.
At Sunshine, we know what you see when you look at your land. Where others may see dirt, you see the foundation you've built.
After further review, powered by Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer in Louisiana.
At Shadow Drinker X. Carr is instantly the best quarterback in the NFC South and one of the better quarterbacks in the conference. We might not win a ring, but we'll be in the mix.
You're so stupid. How are you not yet extinct?
If you're just joining us, I spent an inordinate amount of time going through comments on the original YouTube video 2 years ago when I lambasted the Derek Carr signing. And how many of you threw darts at me? Well, guess what? I got receipts. Chump, like you, Michael Martin 4366. Yes, he's good enough to win a Super Bowl. And the Saints are a great organization with enough talent now to get it done.
What are you? An idiot sandwich.
Cassie, look, you can pull this up. So there's the guy's comment. If you go look, there's mine right there. Just 4 hours ago. Just 3 laughing face emojis at him 4 hours ago. I've had way too much fun with this, Muse. Just going through all these comments from two-year-old comments, wasting time of my life going through 2-year-old comments that I've never read, but it is a treasure trove. It's like if you just happen upon some deserted island and then you find a wrecked ship with all this pirate treasure, all their loot. It's all just sitting right there. Rubies and gemstones and diamonds and gold coins and doubloons and things of that nature. Pirate skulls down there.
Look, I'll tell you, if you've enjoyed it and you've had fun, it's not a waste.
Maybe.
No, that's how that works, man.
At Saints fan, period. We have a star at every position. So how can't we win a Super Bowl? This guy only looks and thinks about bad things. We beat the Eagles last year without our key players and almost beat the 49ers. This dud don't make sense. I think he meant dudes. I got to reply to this guy now. Hold on. I got to do my laughing face emojis at this guy. I missed this one.
I missed this one.
I missed him. Hang on. Let's see this guy. Here we go.
The 3 laughing face emoji. Why does everybody, when you do emojis, why do you always normally put 3? Like, when did that become the designated number? Like, 3 laughing face,
Rule
3
of 3.
smiley faces. Yeah, the rule of 3.
One feels like maybe you're not emphasizing it enough.
Okay.
You know, like if you just do a thumbs up, you're
Yeah.
like, it's like, okay, whatever. But if you go like, you're like, bum, 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 thumbs
Yeah.
up. But if you do too many, then it's like, wait, is he being,
Yeah, did he
being
really
a little
mean
excessive?
that? Yeah, exactly.
Like, is this hyperbolic usage there? Maybe. No. Cool. I love this.
What you got? You got another one?
Well, I got tons.
Let's go.
Now, there are some people who have said I'm happy they signed Derek Carr because it means Mickey and DA are going to get fired.
Half that was true.
Half of that was true.
Yeah.
Senor Juan 2023. Matt seems to forget how many injuries the Saints have had the past 2 years.
Oh, Lord.
We should win at least, all caps, at least 10 games this season.
What are you, a moron?
I need to give him some laughing emojis, too.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, he's got to get them. Here they come. Here come your laughing emojis, friend.
Guys playing right out of the Mickey Loomis playbook of excuses there. The injuries. Got a lot of injuries
Well,
here.
Muse, you know what they say when you got injuries and things aren't going your way.
I do, I promise.
Mm.
Yeah, that was my bad. I even said before the show, I'm like, we got to have this.
And you didn't pull it up?
No, I didn't at that point.
Oh, Muse, Jesus.
Oh, hey, oh, wait, it was just there.
All right, turn off your microphone.
Yeah.
Turn off your microphone. You go to timeout. Actually, don't go to timeout because I need you to do this segment.
One of the things that good organizations do, man, you look beyond the results.
That's what you do, Mick. Nailed it. Okay. All right, LSU is going to play SMU. We learned about that. Muse found a thing at CBS. It's some guy who I've never heard of who did a thing. It's like 5 questions about that series. So what are the 5 questions about LSU and SMU?
I'm glad you asked, Matt. So here's what we
got a little music.
We got a little music.
We're dressing this thing up.
Look, we had to make up for the Mickey Loomis folly right there.
This is not making up for it.
I don't know.
You just threw a boat anchor right through the middle of that ship and dragged that thing to the depths of hell is what you just did.
With the pirates and all their loot and everything there, huh?
Well, no. Because all that loot went to the depths of hell, so it's never to even be recovered.
Well. All right, question number 1 about LSU and SMU.
Okay.
Will Brian Kelly still be at LSU?
In 2028, 2029?
Yep.
Let's see. So that would be a year. So 22, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That would be his 7th year. So the question is, would you fire him after 6, which would mean you'd still owe him about $30 million. I do not think they're spending $30 million about Brian Kelly. I mean, paying Ed Ogeron 17 in a buyout was massive. And then you'll be in the heart of the rev share era. So, yes, I do. The only way he's not is if, like, they win the national championship this year and he retires. That would be the only way he's not the coach in 2028.
All right, so come 2028, 2029, will SMU or LSU have more CFP appearances?
So LSU has 1, right? 2019.
Yep.
And SMU has 1 from last year.
Yep.
I would even count like LSU's more difficult. They made a 14 playoff.
Yeah.
But anyway, I think LSU's making it this year, so I'll go LSU.
Okay. What will SMU's conference affiliation be?
Oh, it'll still be the ACC.
Oh.
I don't think by 2028 we're at the point where, because the next move is going to be the dissolution of conferences, and you either have just the SEC Big Ten or it's the dissolution of all conferences and you go to the one college football that I've talked about literally since 2011 when we had that seismic shift where it looked like everything was going to go to hell, and Texas and OU, remember, were supposed to go to the Pac. Were they the 10 or the 12? I guess they were the 10 and then became the 12 that year. That's the next move. I've been saying that for 15 years, 14 years now. But that's what's going to happen eventually. We're just not going to have conferences. It's just going to be college football like the NFL with one TV deal. So the answer to your question is they'll still be in the ACC.
Okay. Question 4. Are quarterbacks for the matchup on the 2025 rosters?
Hell no.
Yeah, that was a really bad question. I'm not going to lie. That was really bad. I think our guy just needed 5 questions, so he snuck that
What's
one
our guy's
in there.
name? What's our guy?
Hold on, I have to scroll up to the top of the article.
He's our guy.
He's our guy. Shihan Jirahara?
Nailed it.
I think that's it.
Nailed it.
Yep. I think he had 4 questions, and he needed another one. He just threw that one in there. So we're going hell no on that one? Not just no, but hell no?
On what one?
Are the quarterbacks for the matchup on the 2025?
Oh, hell no. Yeah, no shot.
Question.
I don't know that LSU starting quarterback next year against Clemson is on the roster right now.
That's a good point. Question 5, and the final one.
By the way, the 2026 Clemson game in Baton Rouge, what I'm saying. Obviously, Nussmeier starting this year, just so there's no confusion about what I just said. Yeah. Got it.
Question 5. Will this matchup even happen?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's it?
That's all of them. That's 5.
We're brought to you by South Point Volkswagen, southpointvw.com. I had to bring my Volkswagen, my Atlas Cross Sport, over to South Point today. I had to do some stuff to it. And so they're always very kind that when I need a loaner, Brad over there's awesome. He'll give me a loaner for the day. But it was great to pop in. I love to go visit my friends over at South Point. A couple of things. Number one, I was visiting with Mr. Carey Emanuel, who's the certified pre-owned manager. And he always stresses this to me. If you're searching certified pre-owned, like there's a lot of certified pre-owned lots or pre-owned lots that have like a giant selection. But remember, at South Point, they move so much inventory, so they get a lot of trade-ins, but the quality of their trade-ins are incredible. All different makes and models, not just, they do have Volkswagen, certified pre-owned Volkswagens, but all different makes and models. So I would strongly, strongly, strongly recommend if you're searching for, looking to buy a maybe it's a thing where you got a graduate, instead of buying him a new vehicle, you're going to buy him something pre-owned. You get a great vehicle at a great value over at South Point. So make sure you shop there. But of course, if you're looking for a Volkswagen, 2.9% right now, or APR, check it out at South Point Volkswagen for all the amazing deals. They have one of the electric VW buses. Did you say pinch buggy or punch buggy? Did you ever do that when y'all were kids?
Yeah, punch bug, no punch back.
Yeah, did you do that, Cassie, too? You and Jesse, you'd punch each other?
Well, I did.
Did you pinch or punch?
I would punch my sister, but
yeah, you would.
My mom would like get mad at us punching each other, so she was like, "How about we just give each other a kiss on the cheeks?" So we call them kiss buggies instead.
That's no fun.
She didn't like the punching, but we still punched each other.
Kiss buggy?
I don't like that as much.
I think we called them pinch buggies. What was it, punch buggy or pinch? I can't remember what we did. But you see either but it like the car was 1 point. If you saw a van, it was 10 points. That's how we played. But anyway, they got an electric one. I think I'm going to go drive it on Friday. I was really intrigued. South Point Volkswagen. SouthPointVW.com. South Point Volkswagen. What's your direction? Okay, y'all. It is after further review. Glad you're hanging around with us here. When we come back, Muse, excuse me. There we go. Muse will do Tigers in the pros. What else? Oh, we did the LSU SMU 5 questions. Muse will do Tigers in the pros. Oh, the Saints signed a quarterback as well. So in 15 minutes, we talked about the 2 additions that they had with Donovan Peoples-Jones and Terrell Burgess, the veteran free agents. But they signed a rookie, another undrafted rookie free agent, a quarterback. And I want to talk about him because he's a fascinating story. We'll do that in 15 minutes. It's AFR.
After further review.
Brought to you by Goodwood, men's sexual wellness. Visit yourgoodwood.com, yourgoodwood.com. Y'all, when I talk to you about hormone replacement therapy, I know, I get it, right? Goodwood, it's punny, the name, the logo with the little steeple, everybody laughs at it, I get it. But what we're talking about is hormone therapy, in particular testosterone therapy. And every single man as we age, every woman, every person, as we age, our bodies produce less of the hormones that contribute to how we feel. And when we talk about testosterone, this contributes to your muscle health, your strength, yes, your sexual performance. You want to boost productivity, boost energy, boost mood. All of that is contributing. There's so many studies that talk about prostate health, heart health, and all the conjunction and correlation with healthy testosterone levels. Learn more. Yourgoodwood.com. Yourgoodwood.com.
You gotta believe in a dream. Believe. You gotta believe in a dream. Believe. You gotta believe. My whole team on wild.
Man, age is just a number. Don't let it dictate how you feel. Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness has anti-aging services that can help you look and feel your best. Visit yourgoodwood.com and discover a renewed sense of vitality.
At Ochsner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Ochsner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one. You. Ochsner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
At Luba Workers' Comp, our journey began over 30 years ago with a simple belief: our clients come first.
At Luba, our business has always been focused on people, not policies.
Through every success and challenge, we've continued to grow because we've stayed true to our values, committed to providing you with genuine dependability.
Because your well-being is more than a priority. It's our purpose.
After further review, powered by Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer in Louisiana.
That's what gets me. She thinks my tractor's sexy.
Shout out to the good old tractor people at Sunshine, sunnyquip.com, sunnyquip.com. Great supporters of the Tigers, proud partner of LSU Athletics. Of course, when you get out there, pitching changes at the box, sponsored by Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer in Louisiana. And they are hiring for the parts counter in Donaldsonville and New Roads. So if you want to apply, work for an awesome company, sunnyquip.com, sunnyquip.com. Musu! Tigers in the pros.
Tigers in the pros. They still bleed purple and gold. They're just really rich now.
All right, we'll begin with Paul Skeens. Couple different notes for Paul Skeens. Let's start with his outing from a night ago first. You remember yesterday we said he'd go out there, pitch well, and then the Pirates wouldn't score any runs, so he would get the loss.
You will remember it.
That was kind of true. Paul Skeens pitched really well. The Pirates did lose, but Skeens didn't get the loss. In fact, he was in line for the win. And then in the 7th inning, the reliever blew the save. 6 innings, an earned run, 3 walks, 6 punch-outs for Skeens. He still continues to be awesome, and he'll take that awesomeness to Team USA. Paul Skeens tells the MLB Network on Tuesday that he plans and intends to play for Team USA in the 2026 World Baseball Classic, set to begin the first week of March, obviously next year. That's awesome. Makes a lot of sense.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, it does, man. He wants to represent the country, former Air Force guy. Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. I love it, and
who cares
I'm fired
about
up for
World
it.
Baseball Classic? Stupid. Who cares?
The World Baseball Classic was awesome.
Stupid.
Oh, very much disagree. Very, very much disagree.
Stupid.
Very
It's
entertaining.
pointless. Right in the middle of spring training. No thanks.
Better than spring training.
It might be, but let Paul Skeens get injured or anybody get injured in the World Baseball Classic.
He could get injured in spring training.
I can deal with that. I can't deal with being a stupid made-up tournament. Stupid.
Support the country. Dylan Cruz.
I support the country a lot. I support the country. I support Louisiana, which you don't, Muse. I'm drinking Evermore right now.
I do
a
support
great Louisiana product. What stupid water do you drink, Muse? You know what you drink? You drink that stupid, crinkly, awful water bottle from Texas because you're cheap is what you are, Muse.
I support Louisiana.
No, you don't.
I do.
Drink Evermore and prove it. And I also support the United States of America. Go, go, USA. If there's one thing about the story that I do like, it's that it's an LSU grad who was born in Louisiana. Well, he wasn't born here, but played here, who actually is representing the United States of America in international competition, not being someone born in Louisiana, going to high school in Louisiana, college in Louisiana, and wearing another country's damn flag on his chest, competing for another nation. I ain't down with that, Muse. Oh, he's going to piss the people off with that. Don't care. Go, go, USA.
You're never going to be over that, are you?
Never.
Yeah,
I cannot fathom ever being born in America, raised in America, and representing another country in international competition.
Paul Skeens won't.
When I have the opportunity to represent America.
And I think he's going to be the key to the USA taking home the World Baseball Classic next season. It's going to be awesome. Dylan Cruz was 1 out of 3 a night ago. Drove in a run with that single. Also walked. Pretty productive night for Dylan against the Atlanta Braves. And then NBA playoffs a night ago. Naz Reid, 24 minutes. Shot 50% from the floor.
Should have stayed.
Also added 3 steals to his night. He was really good. That's Tigers in the Pros.
Drink Evermore. Unlike Muse, who hates Louisiana. What was I supposed to do here? Oh, you can email us, tweet us, text us, 225-396-4400, 396-4400, 396-4400. Phil McGill said, hey, Matt, the NFL has conferences. Yeah, Phil, like, wake up, dork. What I'm talking about here is it's one TV deal. It's one pot of money. There's not a different TV deal for the NFC South and the AFC West, Phil. Like, why are some people like that so dense? Oh, Matt, they have conferences. Jesus. Yeah, whatever. Good break.
After further review.
Hey, we're brought to you by the Williamson Eye Center. 924-2020. 924-2020. Or WilliamsonEye.com. That's WilliamsonEye.com. Hey, graduation's coming up. Maybe the best gift you can give that graduate is LASIK. Give them the gift that they will take literally every day, forever with them. Give them the gift of their sight. Ditch the contacts and glasses forever. The Williamson Eye Center can make it happen. Also, if you're wondering about cost, for example, they do have financing available. 0% deferred interest for 24 months. They have a cost calculator on the site, so you could look at the lifetime spent on contacts, glasses, supplies, all that stuff. LASIK is going to be more cost effective. Learn more at WilliamsonEye.com. Call them at 924-2020 or online, WilliamsonEye.com.
There it is, the extra mile. On the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further. Like vans customized for work or play. With safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
The Windsor Senior Living Community in Mandeville, Louisiana is a beautiful, vibrant apartment community geared toward seniors. They are nestled right in the heart of Mandeville, where seniors live a more carefree lifestyle in spacious apartments with the peace of mind that comes from having a little extra help. Call the Windsor at 985-624-8040 to schedule a lunch and tour. Come see how the Windsor can be your passport to peace of mind.
ED, low T, or simply seeking to optimize your health and performance? Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness offers a range of discreet services to address your specific needs. We empower men to reclaim their health and confidence. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.
At Sunshine, we know what you see when you look at your land. Where others may see dirt, you see the foundation you've built your life on. It's hallowed ground. It's past, present, and future. We're proud to provide quality John Deere equipment to help you maintain the land you love. Check out our current promotions and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
Family owned and community driven.
Service Chevrolet Cadillac, a legacy you can trust since 1972. Service Chevrolet Cadillac, our family serving your family.
For over 50 years.
This is SportsCenter.
I'm Christine Lisi. Breaking news. Celtic star Jason Tatum today underwent surgery to repair a ruptured right Achilles tendon suffered in last night's loss to the Knicks in the NBA's Eastern Conference semifinals. He's expected to make a full recovery. No timetable for a return. Celtics have a must-win in Game 5 tomorrow, and one player in particular needs to step up if the defending champs are to extend their season, says ESPN NBA analyst Jay Williams.
And this is why you got the bag, Jaylen Brown. This is your $300 million moment. And this time demands that moment for you to lead this team. I think this is a moment in time for Jaylen Brown, who has not had a great series by any means of his standards, to come out and put his team on his back.
ESPN's Tim McMahon reports the Mavericks plan to draft Duke's Cooper Flagg first overall in next month's NBA draft and will not trade the pick for a proven superstar. Pete Rose and Shoeless Joe Jackson, among players reinstated by Major League Baseball, making them eligible for baseball's Hall of Fame. Rose's and Jackson's careers were tarnished by sports gambling scandals.
ESPN Radio is presented by Progressive Insurance. And now a no-frills ad brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Here it is. You could save big when you bundle your home and auto with Progressive. That's it. See? Just a good old-fashioned straightforward ad. See if you could save at Progressive.com.
Matt Moscona.
I'm very important.
After further review.
Say it one more time.
After further review with Matt Moscona.
And here we go.
Live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studio.
That's right. Woo!
Hour 3, off we go. Welcome aboard. Glad you're with us. AFR, powered by Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer in Louisiana. I'm Matt.
This is Shaq O'Neal, and I hate Matt.
Cassie Spazzali.
I'm walking here. I'm walking here.
Muso. And Mr. Toby Tom Blake. All right, we're here. Glad you are as well. 5 o'clock quitting time. Glad you're driving home with us. Spending a chunk of today going through our car receipts. All you losers out there who crapped on me 2 years ago for my Derek Carr take. So we went and pulled up the original YouTube video from AFR from this show 2 years ago. My original take when they signed Derek Carr. Nearly 700 comments on that video, and boy, have I enjoyed combing through it, laughing at a lot of you and calling you out by name, because I'm here every day using my real name, even put my bald ass head on TV for y'all to see. Y'all don't just hear me, you actually see me. So when I'm wrong, ain't no hiding from it. Guess what? You wrong, ain't no hiding. Now, some of y'all hiding behind screen names, which is fine, like Kyle Brister 7608. Pardon, Matt, but by my math, 10-7 gets you a hell of a lot closer to winning the championship than 3-14 does. He's from the Californians. By the way, which college team has the next Joe Burrow or Patrick Mahomes playing for them that was going to be drafted by the Saints? I'll have a Snickers while you think about it. The Raiders kicking Carr to the curb. He literally said, I'll have a Snickers.
We can't just gloss over that. I'm sorry.
I'll have a Snickers while you think about it.
Idiot!
The Raiders kicking Carr to the curb kind of sounds like the Chargers kicking a guy named Drew Brees to the curb.
Idiot.
The number of Drew Brees comparisons in these are hilarious. By the way, Drew Brees, when the Chargers moved on from him, was 26 years old, and he was drafted by Mike Riley, and then Mike Riley got fired, and they hired Marty Schottenheimer, and so Schottenheimer chose to go a different way. As a matter of fact, when Schottenheimer was there, initially tried and did rotate Brees and Flutie, and then ultimately they drafted Phillip Rivers. That's number one. Also, Brees was 26 years old. Derek Carr, when the Saints signed him, was 32. He was drafted in the second round. He got a second contract with the Raiders. He was their franchise for 9 years, and they were like, we're done with this guy. We ain't winning with him. I hope you enjoyed your Snickers.
You're not you and you're hungry.
By the way, he replied.
Like recently?
He replied 4 hours ago.
Oh, let's go.
He goes, I did not write that, did I?
Oh, but you did.
By the way, enjoyed meeting you at the draft day thing in Lafayette, and you're not fat.
I like the ones who have heard what you're going to do, and they're trying to get out ahead of it. That's the second guy, at least the second guy today.
Oh, my God.
Please don't read this.
Please
no.
read this.
Oh, no.
Oh, my God. How about Matthew Lawrence, 708? The Saints will win the division with Carr and possibly make a Super Bowl run if they stay healthy. With a great defense, Carr will do that. He's had the 32nd ranked defense every year, still managed to bring the Raiders to playoffs twice.
You're so stupid. How are you not yet extinct?
2 playoff appearances in 9 years. That's the stuff champions are made of, folks. We'll get to more. I got plenty. I probably literally have 600 more to go through.
At least.
So, the Saints had rookie minicamp, and we have talked about some of the veteran free agents that they brought in and signed. Donovan Peoples-Jones, Terrell Burgess. Well, they also had some undrafted rookie free agents there on a tryout basis as well. And one of them was a quarterback who ended up getting a deal. The Saints signed him. And it's such an interesting story because the quarterback is one that you may not remember. You may not know the name right offhand, but when I tell you the story, you'll remember. So his name is Hunter Deckers. And Hunter Deckers was a 4-star quarterback coming out of high school. Now, he's the number 24 quarterback in the country, but he was a 4-star, and he signed with Iowa State. And he's actually the guy that in 2022 replaced Brock Purdy as the starting quarterback at Iowa State. And in that season, he threw for 3,000 yards and 19 touchdowns. But the problem was that it was later discovered that while he was backing up Brock Purdy, he bet on an Iowa State football game. He bet $15 on Iowa State to win a game against Oklahoma State in 2021. And my goodness, did that $15 cost him a ton. In August of 2024, when this all came to light, Matt Campbell, coach, had this to say about how Deckers was handling the gambling scandal.
Well, I think the thing we know is Hunter comes from really good parents and obviously a great town and a great family. And, you know, I think anytime you go through really hard things, you need really good people. And so I think he's got really good people around him for sure.
So I think we'd all agree, Matt Campbell, pretty good, reputable guy, right? And he's saying, as this was happening, like, Hunter Dekkers isn't a guy who had a gambling problem. He wagered $15 on his team to win a college football game. Like, that's like those stories that you hear. Wasn't it Rick Neuheisel who got fired years ago for participating in like a college basketball bracket pool? It's like, it's that kind of thing where you go, yes, by the letter of the law, he broke a rule, but my goodness, is the punishment really going to fit the crime? And ultimately, Hunter Dekkers was out of football in 2023. So this past year in 2024, he goes to Iowa Western at the JUCO level because he lost his eligibility from the NCAA. So he went, remember, as we've learned now with the Diego Pavia rule, JUCO and NCAA are not governed by the same people, for those that didn't know that. There's the NJCAA and the NCAA. So he goes and plays at Iowa Western. Has a hell of a year, man. He throws for 3,800 yards, 32 touchdowns, 10 picks, and then enters the NFL draft. If you're wondering about Dekkers, the football player, Matt Campbell in 2022, again, this is when Dekkers was taking over for Brock Purdy as the starter at Iowa State. This is what this is what Matt Campbell said then.
Man, there are a lot of wow plays and wow moments that Hunter has been able to create for our offense. I think I said this last week going into the Oklahoma game is, man, I think Hunter has mastered some of the hardest things that it takes to play quarterback. You look at the success of our offense on third down, and you look at our conversion rate and time of possession and some of the fourth down throws and really some of the plays that he has made to give us chances to really be in the game and win the games. So, I think there's obviously great growth in front of him, but I am really proud of him. I love how he's attacked it. I love how he comes to practice every day. I love how he owns, maybe some of the areas that there have been shortcomings and his willingness to grow and get better.
I mean, all the things you hear about Hunter Dekkers, it's like it checks boxes where you go, that's a guy who should get a shot. He's 6'3", 225. Go pull up his highlight film on YouTube. He can sling it. And he was a 4-star who was playing at a Power 4 school, replacing Brock Purdy, throwing for 3,000 yards. And then they find out he bet $15 on a game. As I guess in 2021, he was a freshman, maybe a sophomore at that point. But it cost him. And he goes undrafted, as you'd expect. And the Saints give him a workout, and they sign him. You know what else was interesting, man? I was looking up at NFL.com, and this is Chad Reuter, who's an NFL.com draft analyst, and he listed the UDFAs, the quarterback UDFAs after this draft, so the guys that went undrafted. Like, look at this list. Brady Cook from Missouri. Remember Connor Bazelak? He went undrafted. Peyton Thorne, Hudson Card. Names you would know here. There's Hunter Dekkers, Hank Bachmeier, who went from Boise State to Wake Forest. Alan Bowman won a ton of games at Oklahoma State. DJU, who at one point was a 5-star. KJ Jefferson, Arkansas quarterback who played this last year at UCF, went undrafted as well. It underscores, number one, like how hard it is, not only to get to make it, but to get drafted highly. I don't want this conversation here to come across as like I'm pumping Hunter Dekkers, telling you like this is the guy, like this is the future. What I am telling you is it is safe to assume. I think you'd agree with me because I don't think what I'm about to say is like some type of like dramatic statement here. I think it is safe to assume that if Hunter Dekkers had not bet $15 on Iowa State to beat Oklahoma State in 2021 and lost his eligibility, he becomes a multi-year starter at a Power 4 school and probably gets drafted. And if not drafted, he has an immediate opportunity as a UDFA. Instead, he had to take a very long path just to get an opportunity in the NFL. The Saints gave him that opportunity with a minicamp workout, a rookie minicamp tryout. He made the team. So he's on the 90-man roster. And I understand, look, you lost Derek Carr. So, and I'm not saying he's a replacement for Derek Carr. What I'm saying is he's a body. And as you go through OTAs and camp, provided he sticks around that long, you're going to need a camp arm. We hear it all the time. Like, you can't have two guys throwing every pass. You have to have camp arms, guys that can help you function a practice. So that may be what he is. Maybe he's just a camp arm. Or maybe he's a better option than Jake Haener. Maybe. Like, maybe it's a reality where Jake Haener gets cut and Hunter Dekkers becomes your practice squad quarterback. I don't know. But there's enough intrigue there to say the experience, the production, the physical ability, all the things Dan Campbell said about his good family, his background, all that stuff, the wow plays, there's enough there to make you go, let me see more. So file that one away, and let's all just agree that we'll say, let me see more with Hunter Dekkers as he goes through this offseason, whatever it may bring in New Orleans, and what we all understand is a very tumultuous quarterback offseason for the New Orleans Saints. Maybe the most tumultuous since 2005. All right, it's after further review. Tuesday's show is powered by Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer in Louisiana. Glad to have you hanging out with us here, y'all. No guests this hour, so if you want to, it's a good opportunity to get an email us, tweet us, text us. Text 225-396-4400, 396-4400, 396-4400. We do have kickoff time for Clemson and LSU up at Memorial Stadium in Clemson. We'll talk about that as we continue. It's AFR.
AFR.
We're brought to you by the Watermark in the Renaissance, the Watermark downtown, the Renaissance Southtown. Of course, the Renaissance right there on Bluebonnet. Easy access to I-10. You exit I-10 at Bluebonnet. It's directly across from Perkins Row and the Mall of Louisiana. Sprawling 13,000 square feet meeting space, including their grand ballroom, which is 5,000 square feet. It's incredible. You can host basically any event. You want to host 5 events up to 500 people. You could do it there at the Renaissance Hotel. And one of the things I love talking about all the time when I talk to Allison Crump over at the Renaissance, she's their events coordinator. She always says, look, we're in the business of saying yes. So we got tons of space. However we have to manipulate the space to meet your event, whatever, we'll do it. When we had our Louisiana Sports Event launch party, we had it there at Tallulah, where they brought in a roller stage for me to do they brought in roller bars. It was awesome. It's the Renaissance Hotel right there in Blue. Check it out, Renaissance Baton Rouge.
Family owned and community driven.
Service Chevrolet Cadillac, a legacy you can trust since 1972. Service Chevrolet Cadillac, our family serving your family.
For over 50 years.
Baton Rouge's home for real rock. It's Eagle 98.1. Foo Fighters. Led Zeppelin. AC/DC. Pearl Jam. And the flagship home for LSU sports. Take us anywhere with the Eagle 98.1 app. Eagle 98.1 is the rock station.
Man, age is just a number. Don't let it dictate how you feel. Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness has anti-aging services that can help you look and feel your best. Visit yourgoodwood.com and discover a renewed sense of vitality.
At Ochsner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Ochsner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Ochsner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
At Luba Workers' Comp, our journey began over 30 years ago with a simple belief. Our clients come first.
At Luba, our business has always been focused on people, not policies.
Through every success and challenge, we've continued to grow because we've stayed true to our values, committed to providing you with genuine dependability.
Because your well-being is more than a priority. It's our purpose.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead...
After further review, powered by Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer in Louisiana.
Well, she ain't into cars or pickup trucks, but if it runs like a deer, man, her eyes light up. She thinks my tractor's sexy. It really turns her on. She's always staring at me.
Trent Ritchie said I have a solution for college football scheduling, if anything, can make it really fun. All right, week 1, he says every Power 4 plays a non-Power 4 opponent at home. I don't know if the math works for that, but okay, we'll go with it. Week 2, ACC against SEC, Big 10 versus Big 12. If one conference has more teams, someone will get another non-Power 4. Week 3, ACC against Big 12, Big 10 against SEC. Week 4, ACC against Big... Well, now you've got then 8 conference games. No, you can't... You're going to do more than 8 conference games. Not bad. Look, I appreciate the thought. I do. I appreciate, like, going through the exercise of, like, how do we get better scheduling? It's interesting segue. We know now when LSU and Clemson are going to play to kick off the season. As we all know, all of us genuflect at the purple and gold altar. If you live in this part of the country, whether you're an LSU fan or not, we all abide by the purple and gold calendar. People schedule weddings according to the purple and gold calendar. People plan childbirth according to the purple and gold calendar. As I had this conversation with my mother once, because my sister and my brother both got married during football season. And my mother said to me, Matt, not everybody loves football like you do. That's how she sounds.
Okay, I was about to say, yeah.
Well, you grabbed your mic. Anyway,
you were looking at me.
You were looking at me. So, Mama Scone says, man, not everybody loves football the way you do. And I said, I understand that, Mom. But all of your guests do. I didn't yell at her like that. I didn't yell at Mama Scone.
That would have been rude.
Yeah, I didn't do that.
We don't
do that. And then they're like, but it was the open day. Awesome. The one day when I could sit home and watch football all day. Now you've commandeered my day. Rude. So I've always said, you schedule a wedding during football season, nobody shows, it's your fault. Or everyone's at your reception watching the game, and you're mad because all eyes aren't on you, your fault. Like Muse's friends. What's your rude friend's name again with the fake name?
I don't have rude friends.
What's your rude friend with the fake name?
The friend you're referring to is Adams.
Adams. Right. Last name, first name. Never trust that guy.
I trust him a lot. I have no reason not to.
No way. Adams. Hey, Adams. Your parents added an S on the end. The name is Adam.
It's a family name.
Sure it is. Last name. Anyway. We all abide by the purple and gold calendar. Charity events, it's all scheduled around LSU football. We know it. Now we know the LSU Clemson kickoff time. 6:30 Central. It was Brett McMurphy who broke the news earlier today, put out a tweet for the Week 1 games. It's a triple header on ABC on Saturday, August the 30th. So Syracuse, Tennessee from Atlanta. That'll be at 11 Central on ABC. Alabama at Florida State will be the 2:30 Central game. And then LSU at Clemson, night game, Memorial Stadium. I will not call it what they want to call it, the nickname. That is sacred and belongs only in Baton Rouge. LSU Clemson, 6:30 Central on ABC. Then Sunday on ESPN will be South Carolina, Virginia Tech from Atlanta at 2 Central. That's interesting that won't be a primetime. I wonder if there will be a primetime game on Sunday. Remember, this will be the first time that LSU has played on a Saturday to open the season since the 2021 game against UCLA in the Rose Bowl. The last 3 years, the 2 against Florida State and then last year against Southern Cal have all been on Sunday night. I love that this game is in prime time because you had 3 options. Syracuse, Tennessee, and Atlanta, Alabama, Florida State in Tallahassee, and then LSU, Clemson. They're all really big names on the marquee, but LSU, Clemson stands out. It's an on-campus game. It's going to be awesome. So that's going to be the primetime game. Sunday was really good because it was a standalone game. So you had all of the attention, right? When you were the only game in college football on Sunday, there's no NFL, the entire football-loving world is watching you. So the attention is awesome. Now, it stinks when you lose 3 straight of them, which LSU did, both against Florida State and then against USC last year out in Vegas. But the opportunity to have all those eyeballs on your team, your program, everything is awesome. You forfeit that here, but you still get an amazing slot on Saturday. I also love the fact that you'll have now a full week after that game because remember, the last 3 years, you've gone and played on a Sunday, had to travel home, and then played the following Saturday, so you've been on a short week, which is why LSU has scheduled that FCS opponent on that weekend. You know, I believe it was Southern, Grambling, and then Nichols was this past year. So they've scheduled the FCS opponent on a short week, which makes sense. But now you'll have the full week before you come home for your Week 2 game. Clemson is a 2.5-point favorite in that ball game on the early line. Also, if you remember, Verge Ausberry was here with us yesterday when we were talking about the SMU game. Do you have this cut, by the way? Did you clip that? No. So Verge was here yesterday talking about the SMU series, the home and home. And one of the things that Verge, I asked him about was the possibility of maybe in the future playing sort of a quote-unquote cupcake or tune-up game, body bag game, whatever, Week 1 before you played the marquee game in Week 2 or playing a Week 0 game. He said both of those things are things that they are considering. If you missed that conversation with Verge, I would highly recommend you go check it out on demand, your favorite podcast app, or on YouTube. Just search AFR LSU, and you'll see the interview with Verge there. It's posted on podcast and YouTube. But that's good to know. And I do look at this sort of in 2 ways. Number one, nobody ever bemoaned these tough season openers when LSU was winning them. When LSU beat Mississippi State in 2007 on the road to open the season on a Thursday night, or when you beat North Carolina in Atlanta, or when you beat Oregon in Dallas in 2011, or the 2013 game against TCU. I mean, you can go through the list, right? Miami in 2018. Like, all the games that LSU's played, nobody ever, Washington in 2009 on the road in Seattle, we never bemoaned these because LSU won them all. This only became a conversation when LSU started losing all of these season openers. It's like, man, give me a tune-up game. But my thought on this is, don't be stubborn. I want you to win. And, I can look at past seasons and realize losing the opener precluded you from what your end game or end goals were. And what I would hate to see happen is LSU this year lose to Clemson, then go 6-2 in the conference, be 9-3, and you're out of the playoff because you challenged yourself. And I know what you're going to say, oh, be the best, beat the best, which is stupid. It's just a Neanderthal mentality. What we all want to do is win a national championship. And there's no sense. I would love, by the way, hands in the air, I would love if every team, I said this forever, play only Power 4 opponents. I have no use to ever see LSU play Southeastern, Nichols, Grambling, Southern, Tech, Tulane, ULL, ULM. I never want to see it ever again. Nobody wants to see those games. There's not a soul on planet Earth that's just aching oh, man, I can't wait till September 8th rolls around so I can watch LSU be Grambling by 1 million. It's a waste. It's a money grab. It's what it is. I understand why you do it. But as long as everyone else in the country is going to do it, you don't put yourself at a competitive disadvantage by choosing to play a tougher schedule. What we need is schedule reform where everybody has the same rules. And we will get there eventually because we're not going to have these stupid conference affiliations anymore where everybody's playing a different schedule. Everyone's going to play the same schedule, which I can't wait for that day when it happens. But until that happens, there's no sense in involuntarily shouldering a more difficult load. Going through the grind of the SEC is hard enough. Like, yes, I want to see LSU and Clemson, and LSU and SMU, and LSU and Florida State, and LSU and Southern Cal, and LSU and UCLA. I want to see all those games, but not at the expense of the end goal. Because what I'd rather see more is LSU in a championship. So my hope is, moving forward, if playing week 0, week 1 gives you a greater chance of winning your marquee opener, then yes, I want you to do that. If we get to the point where all of college football is playing the same schedule format, okay, then it's a level playing field. Go at it. I mean, Nick Saban said this for years. He strongly advocated playing a full Power 5 schedule. Now Power 4, but then Power 5 schedule. But he wasn't going to be the only one to do it. Why would you? We need to get to the point where everybody takes on that. It's good for the fans. It'll be good for revenue. It'll be good for everything. But you have to have an expanded playoff to do it. And we're getting closer to that, which is going to allow all of this to ultimately let us get there, where we're seeing games that everyone wants to see and not shouldered and burdened with the crappy games nobody wants to see. But for this year, LSU will try to break its streak of losing 5 straight openers. They'll do it at Clemson on Saturday, August the 30th, 6:30 p.m. Central Time. So plan accordingly. All right, it's after further review. We're brought to you by Shaw Bills Tire and Auto Service. ShawBillsTire.com, ShawBillsTire.com. Hey, remember at Shaw Bills, they'll sell you name brand tires at wholesale prices. As a matter of fact, they guarantee it. It's part of the Charlie's Dozen. That's a dozen benefits guaranteed and extended to you and every vehicle in your family when you buy your tires at Shaw Bills. So remember, if you buy tires at Shaw Bills and you find them advertised somewhere cheaper, they will refund you 125% of the difference. So you'll always pay the lowest price possible. And right now, how about this? Through May 16th, so you get 3 more days for this. You can get free installation. That's a $118 value on all tires when you use your Shaw Bills credit card. You want to get more deets? You can get it at the website at ShawBillsTire.com, ShawBillsTire.com. Shaw Bills, where we keep you rolling. All right, it is after further review. Otter Locks. Jimmy will be here in 15 minutes. Otter Locks are posted right now at LouisianaSports.net. Remember, you can always get it there. Everything there for free. LouisianaSports.net. LouisianaSports.net. No paywalls, no subscriptions, no freemium, no annoying pop-ups. It's all free. LouisianaSports.net. We appreciate so much as we're moving into our 9th month of operations of LouisianaSports.net. All the people that have visited the site, that have supported us, sincerely, thank you very much for all that. And one thing I would recommend, if you haven't done it yet, if you've downloaded the 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge app, which if you haven't, I would encourage you to do it. It's how you can stream us and all this stuff. But also turn on notifications, because when we have breaking news or things like that, we push that news through the push notifications of the 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge app from LouisianaSports.net. So like when we hear of rain delays for LSU baseball, or when Derek Carr retires on a Saturday morning, we send out the push notification. We learn the kickoff time for LSU Clemson. We send the push notifications from the 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge app. So download the 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge app. Turn on notifications so you'll be alerted whenever we send out news from LouisianaSports.net. Okay, it is after further review. Thanks for being with us here. Tomorrow, the full NFL schedule will be released. We are getting some leaks I want to run through. We'll get to that. I haven't yet reacted to the Pelicans thing. I've just avoided it all. And we'll get to some more Carr receipts. You're an idiot, Matt. Derek Carr's going to be awesome. Idiot! Win a Super Bowl. What are you, a moron? I'll read some more of those next. It's AFR.
AFR.
Get Gordon. Get it done. Gordon McKernan Injury Attorneys. Tell you every day, You know it by now. You've been injured in an accident. It's not your fault. Do what injured people in our state have done for more than 30 years. Get Gordon and get it done. A couple of ways you can get them. A couple of ways you can get Gordon. You can go to getgordon.com. That's really easy, too. If you go to getgordon.com, there's a tab on the bottom of the homepage. It's a little chat bubble. If you tap that little chat bubble, then you can text with someone right away. You can always call if you'd rather talk to a person. Just call 888-8888, 888-8888, or go to getgordon.com, getgordon.com. You can read reviews and past client, like real client results. I mean, I've told you over the years, Gordon has recovered more than $3 billion, with a B, $billion in damages for his clients, which is amazing. You can go read some of those cases at getgordon.com. You know what to do. Get Gordon and get it done.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
These ice cubes could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they cradle and cool the crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Nicely done, Ice Cubes.
It's not just a game, it's a religion. You've got your team color, team swag, and now your very own website, LouisianaSports.net. Everything LSU, Saints, and Pelicans. Sports on demand. In-depth coverage by sports writing pros with continuously updated news. And with the LouisianaSports.net newsletter, you get pinged directly with top trending stories. Best of all, now and always, no paywall. It's free. LouisianaSports.net, powered by 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge. Your home for Louisiana sports.
ED, low T, or simply seeking to optimize your health and performance? Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness offers a range of discreet services to address your specific needs. We empower men to reclaim their health and confidence. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
Family owned and community driven.
Service Chevrolet Cadillac, a legacy you can trust since 1972. Service Chevrolet Cadillac, our family serving your family.
For over 50 years.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one. You. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
After further review, powered by Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer in Louisiana.
Crazy about my farmer's tan. She's the only one who really understands what gets me. She thinks my tractor's sexy.
March 6, 2023. Ian Rappaport tweeted the details of the Derek Carr deal with the New Orleans Saints. I quote tweeted with a bunch of puking face emojis. Later went on to say in a reply, I don't mind paying for nice things. Good quarterbacks cost money. I get it. But Derek Carr, approaching 32 years old, is not worth this loot, especially for a team with major cap issues. You'll go 9-8, win a bad division, get bounced in the wild card round. Then where are you? Mark Cumbie replied to that tweet. At TBob53, question mark, question mark, question mark. And at TBob53 replies. March 6, 2023. I'm very much on record as disagreeing with this on multiple levels.
Idiot.
Shout out to Staten Dubois, who reminded me of at TBob53 and his staunch defense of Derek Carr in disagreement with me 2 years ago. Only now has he seen the light. The thing I saw all along. Oh. And then there's also this one. Kill the music, Muse. If you would, please. I think this'll do. You got me over here? Let me know when you're ready. All right. The NFL.com Twitter account put up a graphic, and it said, predict the stats. Ocho Cinco quote tweets the NFL's tweet. Here's Ocho Cinco's predictions for Derek Carr. 38 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, 4,700 yards. Ooh. If Carr throws for 4,700 yards, as Ocho Cinco predicts, that would have put him third in the NFL last year. The fewest number of interceptions that Derek Carr has ever thrown in his career is 6. Ocho Cinco projects Derek Carr to throw 38 touchdown passes. That would be a career high. So basically, Ocho Cinco is saying that Derek Carr is going to have a career year in New Orleans. If Ocho Cinco is going to project Derek Carr to have a career high in touchdown passes, I'm going to make a bold prediction that yours truly is going to be hired alongside Patrick Mahomes and Troy Polamalu as a pitchman for Head and Shoulders. There you go. The NFL. Ocho! Ocho! It's time to pay up, man. Come on. 2 years have come and gone, Ocho. You're a man of integrity, a man of honor. Everybody loves Ocho Cinco. You were even in New Orleans for the Super Bowl. 2 years now. Ocho, you ain't no better than Dwayne from Thibodeau, bro. Running and hiding. Not making good on your bet. Man, you don't want to make a bet? Fine, don't make the bet. You make a bet, be a man, and pay up when you lose. It's time, Ocho. It's time you got your ass on a plane and flew down here and did this show with me. I was going to roll out the red carpet. I told you. I'll buy the plane ticket. I'll arrange hotels. I got Watermark downtown. I got Renaissance on Blue Bonnet, wherever you want to stay. I'll get my friends at South Point to hook you up with a vehicle. We'll do it right. We'll go do the show at Don Juan. I even said I'll buy a couple of boxes of your cigars and give them out to our listeners. All you got to do, I understand what your time is worth. But you're the one who made the bet, Ocho. You made the bet. Don't make a bet if you ain't going to pay up, man. What does that say about integrity? What does it say about integrity? Don't make a bet you don't want to follow through on if you lose. It's time, Ocho. It's been 2 years. We got to clip this. We got to tag Ocho in. It's been 2 years, man. 2 years. Because right now, all I think about with Ocho is all these people I've been reading their comments on Twitter and on YouTube from during the show today from 2 years ago. All these people behind fake screen names, all these idiots who were crapping on me about my predictions about Derek Carr. And where are they now? I'm out in a lot of them. Not all of them. I feel like Jay and Silent Bob strike back. Getting all the people on the internet that talk mess about him going and beating the hell out of him at their house. Not that I'm saying I'm going to do that to any of y'all. I ain't interested in being physical. I'm just pointing out that y'all all wrong. Come on, Ocho. Am I wrong? Am I wrong here? Talk. Am I wrong?
No, you're not.
Okay. Come on.
No, you're not wrong. I mean, it's like you said, it's been 2 years. He was real gung-ho about it at the start, and now he's just kind of ghosted you. Not kind of, he's ghosted you.
And I've reached out. I'll go to DM. I'll tell you how many times I've DM'd him now. Hang on. He was all about it too, man. All about it.
He was.
Matt, I'm in. Love you, brother. He was in. And look, I could call RC and ask me, but I don't want to play that card.
I don't need to do that.
Like, I don't want to do that. February 24, followed up. Moving right now into a place with the wife. Built, I got you. Okay. Followed up that day. Followed up May of 2024. Nothing. I've sent him 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 DMs. Since January 26th of 2024. Ocho, you serious about coming in doing the show? That'd be awesome. We could pick a day. I'll get to set up a car, hotel room. If you're staying in town, make sure you're taken care of. Thanks. I got you. I got to hold up my end of the deal. Next week, I'll shoot for Thursday or Friday. That was January of 2024. Sent 3 more with no reply. He replied to the 4th one. I get he's busy. I get it. He's Ocho, man. He's got the show with Unc. He's doing big. I get it, man. Doing inside the NFL. I get it. He's Ocho. I get it. Come on. Got to get this done. I ain't going to beg him, though. Even though I don't even think this is begging.
He's not begging.
This
is not begging. No.
This is
pay up.
Somebody's tweeting at Ocho, Matt's going in on you. I ain't going in on him. I'm just being honest. There's a difference. I'm not out here calling him names.
Nope.
I'm just pointing out. We made a bet. You got to live up to the bet, man. That's all. All right. What happened?
I was going to pull my fader down, and I bumped the mic.
Oh.
It was in front of my path to the fader.
I was like, did something fall?
No.
What happened? All right. You know what? Ocho comes in. If he wants to share a meal with me, I'll bring him to Supper Club. That's the next read I got to do right here, Supper Club. I'll bring him on me. He can have whatever he wants. I'll pay. Ocho wants to go drink a $5,000 bottle of wine. I'll buy it. All right. I'm not saying I'm going to be happy about it, but I'll do it. Whatever. You know, that I make more money. Opportunity to go to Supper Club at Ocho? When am I going to get that opportunity? But you know what? Ocho eats McDonald's. That's all he eats.
I wonder what the go-to order is for Ocho.
Oh, he talks about it all the time.
Does he?
So, yeah,
I'll look it up.
He eats it like every day. I'd be like,
that's crazy.
One time. Like, I get it, what you like. One time, let's go to Supper Club. Do it right. Get you some Japanese Wagyu. I mean, you don't think they'd roll out the red carpet for Ocho over there? Boy.
I know they would.
Brandon, Chef Layton, they do it right. They do it right for everybody, no matter what. That's the thing about Supper Club. When you walk in, you just realize it's a whole vibe. It's a whole experience when you walk into Supper Club. From the dark lobby with the fluorescent Supper Club light backlit on that wall, all the alligator skin wallpaper, the carpet that they imported from Holland, the bead art on the walls. It's incredible, man. You walk into everything, every detail is thought through to make sure you have the most incredible experience. Now, the food is unmatched. You're going to have the most incredible dining experience, but the experience of being at Supper Club is unmatched as well. You haven't been, you got to try it. If it's been a while, you got to get back. Get your reservation, supperclubbtr.com, supperclubbtr.com. I'll take Ocho to Supper Club. Or if he don't want me to eat with him, he can go eat with whoever he wants, and I'll pay for it. Come on, Ocho. Probably shouldn't have said that part, because now he's going to go like.
I'd say, anyone he wants to eat with. That doesn't just imply one person.
Ocho's going to be popping bottles, and everything. Like, hey, man, let's not go with the shams. I'll stick with food. Food and a bottle of wine.
It's fair. All right, yeah, that's you got to keep this reasonable here.
Any food on the menu, any bottle of wine, I'm in. But I just one. Let's not get scone broke. All right. All right. It's after further review. We're glad you're here. Otterlock's next.
AFR.
We're brought to you by River City's 1 Hour Air, where they're always on time, or you don't pay a dime. 752-0001, 752-0001, or 1hourbr.com. Spell it out, ONE, 1hourbr.com for River City's 1 Hour Air. 84 degrees right now, nearly 6 o'clock at night. Man, I'm telling you right now, if you haven't done it yet, make sure you get that preseason AC tune-up. I can't tell you. When we moved into our house, the AC in our bedroom, this was 2016, the AC in our bedroom, they said, man, this is the original AC on the home, built in 1997. So that thing was almost 20 years old. They're like, the thing is on its last leg. Because we did the standard maintenance, we just replaced it last year. We ended up getting 8 more years out of that unit because we took care of it. I'm telling you, you got to trust River City's 1 hour air. 752-0001, 752-0001, 752-0001, or 1hourbr.com, where they're always on time or you don't pay a dime.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
Men, age is just a number. Don't let it dictate how you feel. Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness has anti-aging services that can help you look and feel your best. Visit yourgoodwood.com and discover a renewed sense of vitality.
At Luba Workers' Comp, our journey began over 30 years ago with a simple belief. Our clients come first.
At Luba, our business has always been focused on people, not policies.
Through every success and challenge, we've continued to grow because we've stayed true to our values, committed to providing you with genuine dependability.
Because your well-being is more than a priority. It's our purpose.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.
At Sunshine, we know what you see when you look at your land. Where others may see dirt, you see the foundation you've built your life on. This, it's hallowed ground. It's past, present, and future. We're proud to provide quality John Deere equipment to help you maintain the land you love. Check out our current promotions and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
After further review, powered by Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer in Louisiana.
Down the stretch we come, final segment here on a Tuesday edition of AFR, powered by Sunshine, sunequip.com, sunequip.com. All right, time for Auto Locks.
Auto Locks.
All right, time to win some money.
Presented by Total Maintenance AC Repair. Same-day service means you will never sleep hot. 480-1000. We are Total Maintenance.
I think it's safe to say that I won the bet.
Otter, what up, man?
Doing good. Jason Tatum had surgery. Donovan Mitchell is in for tonight. And Pete Rose and Shoeless Joe Jackson going to the Hall soon. So anyway.
All right.
Yeah.
And also, Hunt's flub yesterday won me some money. Let's give it up for Hunt. How about a little ding front there, babe? Hunt incorrectly posted the over in the game after you gave him the under, so I bet the over thinking that was the play, and I'll be damned, it hit. So let's go. I had the Knicks in the over. I mean, it was a good night for you, boy.
I think from here on out, I'll defer to Hunt for any NBA totals. So, and guess what? It wasn't close.
No, strikes and gutters.
They shot the lights out.
Well, you nailed it with the Knicks, though. You had the Knicks, so you nailed it.
Knicks went out right. Guardians, Indians, they went easy too.
Yep.
Let's get a good start. It was not a great week last week. Let's get to it. I believe we got everything proper today. Let's start off with a money line parlay in Major League Baseball. Obvious here, Texas and Cincinnati. Your boy kept the Rockies close last night. The Tennessee starter Dorlander.
Yeah.
But Texas still pulled it out. Bases loaded. Game ending 5 unassisted 3 double play to end the threat for the Rockies in the top of the ninth last night. Don't expect it to be close tonight. Kyle Freeland has been getting torched this year, so we're going to go with Texas on that side. And then Cincinnati's in a rain delay, but going against the White Sox there. Boy, they got a really good pitcher going today for Cincinnati. It's plus money. It's not a big monster parlay, but when we do love these favorites, we're not gonna risk the odds.
Yeah.
All right, let's get to it. Over Kansas City and Houston. Darius Gray has been really good for Kansas City against Framber Valdez, but Bubic is his field independent ERA. See, his ERA is really good. His field independent ERA is not. Bottom line, they're getting a little lucky. I think they're going to score runs tonight. Houston KC over the 7.5. Both favorites in the NBA tonight. Cavaliers at full strength. I've seen Indiana exhale in spots. So Cavaliers minus 7.5 and Oklahoma City minus 9.5. This is the 12th game in 25 days for the Denver Nuggets on their short roster there.
Good
Tomorrow,
number.
the Queen, the DraftKings Sportsbook downtown.
Good luck, Otter. Thank you.
All right, good luck.
All right, be well. That'll do it for us here. Paul's out all week at the beach with his fam, so Cassie's sitting in today. Thank you so much. Muse, thank you. You'll have an awesome night. We'll see you tomorrow at 3.
AFR.
Getting on down the road, let me remind you about Parish Construction and Roofing, parishbuilt.com, parishbuilt.com. Tell you every day, do business with someone you know. That's me, that's Terrio, that's Richard Tilley, that's Joe Morales, it's Trent Davis. It's our great staff over at Parish Construction and Roofing, commercial, residential, repairs, replacements. We've had awful weather in the past week plus, and when we have hail and rain and wind, you have water intrusion damage, think you might, trust a reputable roofing contractor. One of the things that we are doing in conjunction with the LRCA, the Louisiana Roofing Contractors Association, is trying to push legislation through the Louisiana legislature to make door knocking illegal, to reduce the fraud in the industry. So I always encourage you, what you can do actively, even if you don't call us when you have a roof issue, call a reputable local company. We'd love it if you give us the chance to earn your business. It's Parish Construction and Roofing. Go to parishbuilt.com. Do business with someone you know. Parishbuilt.com.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
ED, low T, or simply seeking to optimize your health and performance? Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness offers a range of discreet services to address your specific needs. We empower men to reclaim their health and confidence. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
Family owned and community driven.
Service Chevrolet Cadillac, a legacy you can trust since 1972. Service Chevrolet Cadillac. Our family serving your family.
For over 50 years.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one. You. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.